Hey, welcome back to another episode of Talking Shit ATL. Thank you for joining us last week for part one. Now we will have part two of the episode I Will Work Out, featuring our friend Will Lurker. This week we will continue our discussion about healthy habits and workout habits and how to stay determined. And we hope you enjoy this week's episode.
And as always, we'd like to thank you guys for your continued support, tuning in every week, subscribing to our pages, and liking the content we post on the other ones. Just continue to do so, share to your friends, and hey, leave us a comment if anything was helpful or beneficial. Okay, love you, bye.
Bye.
You know, and here's the other thing too. Like, I remember in college when I had a lot of friends. 'Cause I went to LSU and I went to high school in Baton Rouge. And freaking everyone in Baton Rouge goes to LSU. It's usually a given. Louisiana in general. But I had a lot of friends from high school go to LSU. And they were super athletic in high school. And then when they got to college, they were like, yeah, I just don't feel like it. Like, I feel so intimidated by going to the gym with all these guys. And, like, they're huge, lifting all these heavy weights. And I'm just like, they're there to work out. And they don't care what you're doing, as long as you're not acting like an idiot or like being disrespectful to them. Like, they don't care what you're doing. No one's gonna, I know Planet Fitness has the whole no judgment thing, the whole lunk alarm thing. That's a little excessive, but like, no one really cares.
It has no judgment, but also don't work out too hard.
Yeah,
that's the whole vibe there. So.
Yeah, I will say Planet Fitness is overhated for sure. Like,
it is
most employees do not care. I rarely hear that lunk alarm go off.
Yeah, it's just intense signs.
Yeah,
so the signs are intense. But yeah, I don't think anybody. I've seen some punks around there doing their thing.
I've definitely grunted and slammed weights there. I try and be respectful, but like, I've definitely done it there, and like, no one cares. They really don't. So, that's the thing. Is like, just
But I do hate it when it's successful. Like, I mean, like, why do you have to throw it down? You don't.
Yeah,
have
some
to,
people are
you know,
really
obnoxious about it. I do hate that.
Yeah.
I do hate that.
My other thing with them is also that somebody I know. I don't know if they do this to everyone, but they used to host like donut and pizza parties at
they have pizza like every Monday.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, it's like, what?
They do.
It's very like...
It's counterintuitive for sure,
yeah.
But like, here's the thing.
Yeah, it's probably like a little incentive. Like, I worked for them before. So it's probably like a, just think like, you get a little...
That's the thing.
Meal on us, or a little,
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I get it. It definitely works for some people.
Yeah. I'm sure everybody, you got some people that fall completely out the wagon. You got pizza.
Yeah.
Now they binging in the corner.
Not if I'm like just starting my journey too, and they're pizza.
It was just bad with the Tootsie Rolls. Cause I'm like, listen, let me get.
Yeah, I know the Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
I do like that though, because I really do need just a little bit, and I'll get like like 3 or something.
Yeah. We can do feel like a little post. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like, like I said, like I do a cheat meal once a week. Like, they're just trying to have a little incentive there. Just to be like, hey, like, don't beat yourself up. Like, it's fine. You're human.
Yeah, and then you won't feel like a robot either.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing too is like have like a friend with you that helps hold you accountable. Have someone who is like really consistent. Be like, hey, do you want to? Not someone who's like demeaning or like being like, oh, you're a piece of shit 'cause you didn't go to the gym. Like, no, not. I'm not talking about that. But like someone.
They ain't friends anyway.
They're right.
They're not. Yeah, exactly. But like have someone who kind of is consistent and kind of holds you accountable.
Yeah.
So.
And going to the gym with someone is always better. Like, and even many times, like, I'll be, pushing them by myself or whatever, and you'd be like, okay, yep, I think that's the last one. Versus when somebody's actually there, you really be surprised. Like, you can do one more. You can, you can do two more. You know what I mean? And so sometimes just having that extra, encouragement there definitely helps you really go further than sometimes you can by yourself.
Yeah, sometimes I like to split up with my friends though. Like sometimes I like to hit a little bit of things together and then be like, I'm going on this machine, you go on that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, yeah, right.
Meet you after, like, you know, and do a couple things.
If you're in a big group, especially if you're if you're like 8 people in one machine, that drives me crazy. Don't do that.
Yeah, right.
Don't do that.
I don't want that either. Then I feel like I'm put on a show, and the whole thing with me not really wanting to go to the gym itself is because I don't want to be on display for like where I am right now.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely be respectful when you're there. Like I actually find like for like even now I'm still just like I don't really like working out with a buddy. Like I like kind of being in my own zone, doing my own thing, listening to some tunes.
Right.
But like I find when I'm with someone, I actually go a little bit faster. You know, because like when I have one more person like on that one leg extension in the whole gym. I'm actually like, all right, I gotta do this so I can get off and he can get on and we can go quick so the next person can hop on. So I actually find I go a little bit quicker, which can be an advantage because I do find myself sometimes just zoning out and then being like, oh shit, I just rested for 10 minutes.
Yeah, right. That was a bit,
I didn't need to rest. If you need to rest for 10 minutes, do that. But like, I didn't need to. I just kind of zoned out, you know?
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, I prefer to go with someone probably because I'm also really competitive. Like so this is my thing is that all of my working out I did all my life was almost all of it was group sports.
Yeah.
So that I never really learned how to like take care of my body on my own.
Right.
Like it was always reliant on being in that sport.
Yeah.
So then when I graduated high school, like that's when, you know, everything flipped around. So is there any way I guess classes, like have you found any good like group, anything that made you feel like you didn't do much group sports, but you did some.
Because swimming is a group sport in a sense, but I mean, you're underwater most of the time. You're in your own headspace. You got to kind of do your own thing.
Right.
So, like, you know.
Have you done any relays since you were on the swim team?
I coached summer league after that, and so I do them with like I made because I also manage the pool, so I made the lifeguards just jump in and do it with me. And
I love relays.
My most favorite thing in swimming is relay starts. It's so fun. See, that's when you follow them in and you do that. Like I love that. It's so fun.
Oh my gosh, I love
So I've done that. There are very good group classes. I know I just brag on them a lot. And this was a different LA Fitness. This is the one in Baton Rouge that I like. But I went to an LA Fitness group class that was actually, and there was an older crowd there too, so I was a little worried. I'm like, it's not going to be super challenging. It was actually pretty good. Actually pretty challenging. So there's that. And one thing I have always been on the fence about, and be very, very careful with which gyms you go to. And I have definitely seen success stories, and I have some back of my mind interest in CrossFit.
Oh, nice.
That's a group sport. That's very team oriented. You've got to be careful though. Some of those are super. Like, do you know what rhabdo is?
I don't think so.
So rhabdo is.
Tell the people.
Yeah, rhabdo. I think there's a longer medical term for it, but rhabdo is what it's abbreviated. Is basically you're working out so much that your organs start to fail.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Very, very bad. And like CrossFitters are very guilty of that. And some gyms are so bad to the point where it's like rhabdo wall. These people got rhabdo. Respect them. And it's like,
no, we don't want that. We don't want our organs to be failing because you try to live a healthy life.
Rule number one for working out is try not to let your organs fail.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
you need them to continue.
You do.
I watched a couple videos on it. I don't remember when exactly it started, but basically the founders of CrossFit looked at, and this is how I've looked at working out in kind of like a holistic sense. I don't know if y'all follow him on Instagram. I don't really click on his stuff as much anymore. I think he kind of got too out of pocket. But Liver King is super. He's super like, you know, I work out this way because this is what our ancestors did back in the day, and this is kind of what we were put on Earth to do. And CrossFit kind of modeled that. It's like, all right, you're not gonna like lift this heavy ass rock and like that's it. It's like, no, back in, you know, prehistoric times, or if shit ever hits the fan in an apocalypse, you're gonna have to like run for your life. You're gonna have to fight to survive. You're gonna need to have the endurance to do that, the strength to do that. You're gonna need to have like a holistic, all around like built physique, not just like I can deadlift 1,000 pounds, then I gotta rest for 30 minutes.
Right.
You know, like that's kind of the approach they took to it. However, it got very kind of like branched off out of hand. And, people took that and were like, all right, so we're just going to make them do all of these workouts till they absolutely collapse and fail based on what their body tells them. But, also due to injuries. They'll say, all right, go run 3 miles as fast as you can, then get a heavy-ass barbell and squat. That's a horrible idea. You're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, you're going to,
Yeah, and first of all, you need, especially for y'all that worked out as often, but really for all of us, you need to stretch. You need a warm up and you need to stretch, or else you're going to pull something real quick.
Yeah, so it's always interested me.
Because I swear I don't stretch at all.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
I can feel the difference, though, when I do.
I used to hate it. Even if it's Saturday, it's the portion of stretch it, I used to, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it actually takes 30 seconds before your body, in a stretch, before your body, truly starts stretching.
Really? Yeah, that's kind of the approach I took to fitness for a while, and I still do to a sense, is I'm just like, what if shit... I still really do. I'm like, what if shit hits the fan? Can I pull my wife out of a burning car?
Right.
Can I grab... I mean, right now, our Chihuahua's 9 pounds. But can I get Teddy and carry him out down these 3 flights of stairs in the apartment? Right. That's how I've looked kind of at things. Is like, all right, I need to kind of be in shape for when shit hits the fan, or if, I'm required to do something.
Right.
If I'm required to redo my fence in my backyard, I need to be strong enough to dig all those holes. That shit sucks, by the way. I've done that. So that's kind of how I've looked at it. That's kind of how CrossFit was founded upon, and I think that's also a good, that could definitely a good group setting for working out. Just definitely be careful about which ones you go to. For sure.
Yeah, and I do want to talk about. I know you slightly mentioned your pros and cons of social media working out, because I know we all see everything. I mostly watched his eating videos, but I have seen a couple of the workout videos and then some more, so yeah, I definitely want to hear what you have to say.
Which eating videos?
Liver King.
Liver King.
Yeah. I mostly watched him eat. Yeah. I didn't really watch him work out.
Yeah. Working out for him is more on his stories, I find. Videos of him working out. He does a lot of squats, deadlifts, good mornings, but he does the row machine.
Yeah, I just like to find out what kind of balls and tongue he's eating. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm just he started doing really out of pocket shit. I'm it's still whatever, but I definitely kind of lost touch with that.
I guess use the whole animal if you go use it, right?
Yeah, he eats a whole lot of meat, not a lot of other things, and I'm just your cholesterol's got to be.
But his veins are popping. They just.
Oh well, he's on juice. That's why.
But So that's number one is that you can't always trust them because they might be juicing.
You're right.
Yes.
You're right.
So social media can be very good for people just starting out, can also be very misleading, very harmful, very toxic for people who are, really struggling with just their body image and stuff like that. You got to think about most influencers you see out there, they work out, diet for a living. Right. They do it to get those likes, those shares. So, they're going to be very strict on themselves. They're going to be at the gym all the time. They're going to be they're having a very strict diet, and they may look all glitz and glam on screen. Being in a calorie deficit sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks. I did it I've done it at many points. I definitely did it before my wedding, and it's not very fun. So definitely be careful about just being I have to look like this person with a six-pack and huge pecs. No, you don't. Right. Give yourself credit, and then of course sometimes they're also juicing.
Right.
A lot of people I follow I know are juicing. They're not super open about it, but you can just look at them and tell. A lot of people can't always look at that and tell if they're just starting out. They think I can look like that. Right. A lot of times you can't without juicing, which has way more negative effects than just positive.
Absolutely.
So there's that, but big thing I found was the stupid exercises they show.
Yeah.
They're doing all these stupid fancy variation exercises instead of doing just the worst offender I see is bicep exercises. And I definitely went down a bad road of I got to do all these fancy exercises I saw like laying down on like a back machine and like grabbing the bar like this and doing that. Like, no. Like, don't overcomplicate things like bicep training. Just grab some dumbbells.
Does it hurt you, or does it just not work as well?
It's just not as effective.
Right.
Okay.
It's just, you know.
It look better.
Yeah.
The aesthetics better. Oh, look, he's laying down doing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
for clicks. It's for shares.
Right.
It's for likes.
Nice.
You know?
I got to do it like that.
No.
I see some people in the gym kind of doing some of those workouts. And I'm just like, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm guilty of it, but like, like now that we kind of got this platform, I'm like, just skip that phase.
Yeah, right.
Like, don't overcomplicate things, especially like bicep training is the worst. Like, I definitely overcomplicated it, but it's like, just do some curls, get on the machine, do some preacher curls, get on a bench and do some seated curls, and you're good.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's biggest. Those are like the two biggest things. Is definitely like body dysmorphia from just what you see versus the reality of like a fitness influencer, and B, of course, like don't especially like weight training, don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And sorry, just finishing on this question, are like how they work out, does it look like they're about to injure themselves? Like, are they giving is there any quick tips of like how you cannot injure yourself but still watch people on social media?
Yeah, because some of them aren't necessarily doing things that are going to injure themselves.
It's just not as effective.
It's just not as effective, and it's like, for example, like I'll go back to biceps. They'll grab, usually you're supposed to grab dumbbells or a barbell. Instead, they'll grab like weight plates, what you put on a squat rack, and they'll curl with those. And it's just, first of all, you can't get a great grip on that. Right.
Yeah.
So you could injure yourself that way.
Yeah, no, I've hurt my thumb that way. I tried to hold those, and it like was for days.
Yeah. But also, it's like you can't effectively you can't load it properly, like, because basically you have like your 5s, your 10s, and you go to a 25. Some gyms don't even have 35; they go straight to 45 after that. Right. So you can't progressively overload it properly. Whereas dumbbells, it's like you can usually increment in 5 to 2.5 pounds when you're ready to kind of go up in weight. Yeah. So that's just one, for instance. So sometimes it can be like, you might injure yourself doing that. Sometimes it's just like, it's not as effective.
Okay.
So.
I can see
Go ahead with your bad self.
So kind of switching gears a little bit. So what do you like listen to when you work out? Like, to keep you motivated, to keep you going. What do you listen to?
One thing.
I got them on.
Right, I was
right
that too. Right, for sure. I do that too.
I'm not from Baton Rouge, but I lived a lot of my life in the 225. So lots of rappers in that area, like Webby. Love. I think he's called Boosie Badass now, but Lil Boosie is what I know him as.
Yeah.
Kevin Gates, at least the older stuff like that. That's my jam for sure. Definitely like harder music. It's funny. There was a time I could listen to things like the Beatles and even like Pink Floyd, which are like slower bands for the most part. But if I just knew the songs, I could just be like, I can get down to this. It's whatever. Yeah. But definitely it's more harder stuff. So like harder rap music. Probably my favorites are actually probably rock music.
Oh yeah.
So I've gotten into a couple Limp Bizkit albums recently. It's the stupidest music you've ever heard in your life, but like it is so good to work out to. It's just like that's for sure. I love Led Zeppelin. Love Led Zeppelin till I die. Love Led Zeppelin. Same thing, like there's some songs that don't go as hard as others, but again, I just know all their words. I'm just like, I'm getting down to this.
Yeah.
To fuse kind of the rap and rock stuff, so like Limp Bizkit's one of them, but gotta say Rage Against the Machine. I've kind of joked with my coworkers, but like it's serious. Like you could listen to they only have 4 albums. You could listen to all of them for the rest of your life. You could probably win Mr. Olympia.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You go in.
Just like going in. So definitely, harder kind of upbeat stuff, but also like especially when I'm doing cardio, like anything that's got like a good cadence to it. I remember this was several years ago. I looked at an article that said like it was this fitness influencer was like, here's the songs I do cardio to based off of like the beat and like the cadence of it. Yeah. And some of it, like some of the songs I listened to was on there. Like there were a couple of Future songs on there that I liked. And so and anything, definitely more like upbeat music for me. For sure.
Yeah, that'd be the opposite. That'd be R&B, slow jams.
If it's unless it's something that is like my heart and soul that I love so much.
Which typically music that I've listened to is just it's just that really one song that I love. So I don't care how it plays.
But even then, some of them I will cry. So I'll be like,
I ain't gonna cry to it, but
so
I just jam it to it.
I usually have to go with the high beats and try to match. I try to match my feet to like the downbeat and
I do like on like Stairmaster and stuff for sure. I try to go with the beat or when I'm running. But like when I'm just lifting and stuff, I could really listen to anything. Just whatever. What really for me is just whatever kind of zones me out.
Yeah.
You know. So
gets you in the zone. That's what matters.
Just whatever kind of just and any good song can do that. You know.
Yeah, and sometimes I don't know if y'all do this, but I'll like push myself until like the next chorus or something, or through the chorus. Like if I know the chorus is really fast, I'm like, go ham during this part, and then I'll like try to figure something out within the song, and having those shorter goals actually helps me get to a longer workout and a better workout.
Also helps me not look at the clock if I'm like on a treadmill or a bike. I'm just like, let me just focus on the chorus, let me look forward, let me just, and I can kind of I'm just kind of like, if I have to do like a 10-minute run, I'll be like, all right, I know this song's 5 minutes. Let me just get to the end. I'll know it'll be halfway. So.
Because I jam all the time, but I really be jamming in the gym. I know they be looking at me like, because I dance and I be going with it. I'm one of them. I be in it.
I will say I like how Crunch does their music because like everyone, you probably see those memes all the time. Like gym music sucks, like it's all clean and and like. So what Crunch does, they actually take songs that normally wouldn't be. Some of them are really upbeat and like go go go, but sometimes they take songs that aren't as upbeat and they'll kind of like make a dance remix out of them. But they'll, it's kind of like you're in a disco club, like in the 80s. They'll like loop them into the next song without like a transition. They won't just play like songs on like Spotify. They'll like dance remix it and then loop it into the next one. And it's really, it's like if you forget your headphones there, it's actually not. You're not in for a bad time.
I'm not gonna lie. So many places you lose that headphones, it's like I don't even want to work out. And I will say it's tougher for me to work out without music. Like the motivation is just really not the same. And
without headphones too, because then I can hear everybody else. So.
See, it's funny you say that. I used to but when I first went from swimming to the weight room, I actually didn't listen to music for like first 7-8 months. I was working out. I told Faith that. She was like, "You like serial killer?"
Right? Like what?
And I'm like, no, because like again, when you're swimming, I didn't have music.
Oh, true.
You just got to be in your own zone. You got to get a song stuck in your head, and you just got to keep doing that. Like I was the distance person in swimming. I swam 1,000 freestyle.
Oh wow,
it's not nice. It sucks.
I know. I was completely listen. I go short distance. I'm already like, let me.
No, it sucks. So like I was, when I went kind of to the weight part, I was really trying to focus on like how does my body feel during these certain exercises, like what muscle am I trying to get that mind muscle connection, and like it was just nice to kind of not have that music, and then also I refused for a long time to get wireless headphones because I would buy a couple pairs that were definitely very cheap and I couldn't get them to work, and I was always like, well, they don't work, and I'm like, so I'm not putting any sort of investment into them,
right.
Now I have like two pretty higher end pairs of workout headphones that I use, and I'm like, now I can't go to the gym without them.
Right. So it'd be the worst when you finally get to the gym, you look at, man, I got my headphones, man.
Yeah, because I also don't like to hear myself breathe, so it's not even just about not hearing everybody else. I don't want to hear myself like, like then I'm like, oh, go away. Like I just wanna completely get zoned out. So Yeah, I've asked a million, so it's up to you. I know. I was just thinking of him as we were going.
I got all the questions, but so my other question was crazy. But if you could trade a fictional character
with a fictional character,
I
know, something like I feel like if you were to say like celebrity real life person, I think everyone would say The Rock for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because that's like probably the biggest name. He has his own freaking fitness line.
Yeah, right.
Do you think you'd be training him or he'd be training you?
Oh, he'd be training me. Dude, I think I talked about this before this started, like about how men don't really intimidate me. He's super nice, I can tell, but he would intimidate me if he was really trying to. That's a big dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it became that way because you look at like when he was wrestling stuff. His lifestyle changed in that regard.
Well, because his dad
very
was
impressive.
Yeah.
Like I've seen his his food regimen. It's like
Yeah.
Like, he's eating. I don't even know how the food he eat and the type he eat is like, I don't know how you could. And I like to eat, but gosh, like eat like 6 pancakes.
Yeah,
like
his cheat
20,
meals. Yeah.
Like 20's like he eat like man, it's crazy, massive amounts of food.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be sick. Like that'd be probably get me like eat this. I don't think I can do it.
Those
Right?
cheat
I don't
meals.
think I can do it.
Yeah, he's got like 6 French toasts with peanut butter in between
like,
each one.
Crazy.
I'm just like, dang. Now, fictional character, definitely Batman.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Because again, I talked earlier about like how, survival, like, endurance, like fight or flight almost. It's like Batman trains for worst freaking case scenario.
Yeah,
he's doing strength, he's doing cardio, he's doing calisthenics.
Yeah,
everything, the whole 9 yards. So it's like he's the most equipped to handle something that shit hits.
Right.
So it's like that's naturally who I'd go to.
Yeah, nice.
Without
a
doubt.
That. Absolutely. And I'm a Batman person fan, so I like that answer a lot.
Yeah,
that's what I go to. That's what I
I
go
love
to.
it. And that also just the way of you looking at the apocalyptic thing, like it could like that. Especially for someone that has anxiety, I'm surprised at how much that actually kind of calms me. Like,
really?
Like, because if you look back at episode 2, body image, then I share more about how I feel about my bate. And like, I mean, a lot of it has been like thinking about my looks and like how I feel about that and like my own personal struggle, but like making it something that is very possible but seems improbable actually kind of motivates me to like want to be ready for it. I don't know, like
it doesn't have to be an apocalypse. Like, it can just be a shit hits the fan. If this place catches on fire, can you carry Teddy down 3 flights of stairs?
Right.
And I can, but I will not be able to walk after those.
Exactly.
Like if I'm running because it's on fire, that down.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I can, but not well. I couldn't run away from the building like full sprint. Not like and be able to keep running. Like if it's a situation where you have to keep going.
Yeah.
And not feel like you got hit by a bus afterwards. No.
Yeah, that's just how I look at it. You know, but
I like that though. I've never heard anyone say.
That's why. That's why I kind of gravitated toward Liver King at first. Is like, he trained. Not the eating part. I think that's like a whole load of like, what are you doing? But the workout part, I was like, yeah, dude. Like he views it. I mean, he does a little too much for me, but like. He views it as like, this is what our ancestors did, and this is why. Right. And, for a while, I didn't do deadlifts. I think I learned how to do a deadlift in, like, 8th grade. Didn't do one until, like, probably a year and a half ago. Ever. Because I just saw so many people getting injured by them.
Right.
And, like...
Definitely not something you start out with.
Well, no, you can. You can start out. You just gotta have good form. Lightweight. Lightweight's the key. Don't... Because, like, my goal is not to deadlift 1,000 pounds. I have no interest in doing that.
Right.
It's just going to cause a bunch of problems down the road. Like, no, I don't want to do that. But, like, you should have kind of that good foundation. Right. And, like, when I started doing deadlifts, like, all my other lifts... way up.
Oh, absolutely. I love a good deadlift. I ain't gonna lie. They really help. And I compound lift anyway. So
exactly.
So as I'm compounded, I also add 5 pounds every day.
There you go.
So it goes up. So
that's what you gotta do.
Yeah. So you get the strength, and it's really great too. Cause when I get to a point where oh my gosh, like I'm at like 345s on each. Which I do hate because when you do get out the gym. And then you got back. Now you're back to like 2 or 1. It's like, man, I let myself go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's when they really be telling me. I was just in here doing like 4 of these things. Now I'm at like 2. Like it's crazy, and it's so crazy how quick your body. Like I said, you don't use it. How quick you really do lose it.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to strength for sure. You can really easily
definitely.
Lose it,
so easily.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like when you get off track, just get back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
even if you gotta, even if you gotta go back to 2,
I mean,
work yourself back up to 4. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Right before I went on my bachelor trip in March, which was only a month before the wedding, I actually came back recently. I'm kind of struggling with it right now. I couldn't pick up more than like 20 pounds with my forearm just being on fire.
Oh, really?
So pretty much what I had to do, I stopped almost doing every single upper body exercise. Besides a couple of machines, like there's a lat raise machine, I can kind of just do this.
Yeah.
But anything I had to like grip, any like hang things, even deadlifts.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I can't do that anymore because it just makes my arm freaking hurt like crap.
Right.
And so I stopped doing that for like a week or two. Then I slowly had to work my way back. And this is like a month before the wedding. And I'm like, I'm trying to look my best.
Right.
And so it was very kind of degrading, but it's just like, I just got to lock in. I got the hand I'm dealt with. Like, just lock in. Let's work with it.
You're dealt with.
The forearm I'm dealt with. Exactly. So, I just had to lock in and do it and like work my way back up. And when I did start doing upper body stuff, I didn't go crazy weight. I did something I could handle. It didn't bother my forearm. And got back into it, and I was fine until about a month ago.
Yeah,
so,
I was like,
you listen to your body. That's the most. If you get nothing else out of this, listen to your body and what it needs, and adjust to what it's telling you.
Yes.
For sure.
Definitely.
I know we're about to wrap it up. Is there anything that you want to ask or anything you want to share for the people?
Yeah. The only thing I would say just quickly, I would like for you to, kind of, give our people some type of, motivational speak. People who might be starting their journey or restarting their journey.
Yeah.
Definitely like, maybe kind of give a little bit of words of encouragement and,
Yeah, like I said earlier, there's no one way to work out. There's never a too late or it's not the time right now to start. It's all up to you. You are the only person in the end, no matter what kind of support group you got around you, you're the only person in the end who can get yourself into the shape that you want to be in. And it is never too late to do that. Definitely listen to your body and do things that don't make you hurt, like, physically. Not talking about sore, like, you definitely want to push yourself, but don't do things that, really like debilitate you or hurt you for sure. But it is never too late to just go take a walk around your apartment complex to just get a bit more cardiovascular endurance. It's never too late to go pick up something a little bit heavier than you're used to picking up, as long as it doesn't, really hurt you. It is never too late to start doing any of that.
And one more thing too, also quickly, what would you say to people who may again want to work out, but they may be dealing with something? I got back problems. I got knee problems, or those kind of things. Like, what would you kind of say to them as far as trying to? Cause I know a lot of people won't. And again, with those kind of things, again, you lose it if you don't use it. So so a lot of people handicap themselves a little bit more.
Me. Y'all both looked at me and I was already thinking me. Okay, call me out.
Yeah.
But it's true. I used to bust it down on anybody on the. That's what really got me motivated. Actually, is me about to bust it down on my cousins, and then the younger ones don't know that I used to bust it down on them, and then I couldn't anymore, and so that's my motivation for real.
No,
but yes, sorry.
No, you're good. So definitely a couple things. If first and foremost, I would say seek out expert help. So right now, I'm actually going to physical therapy. I've had plantar fasciitis, which is very painful foot injury that I now have in both feet. It used to just be the right foot. I've had it for about 5-6 years. It's finally kind of starting to get under control. So go to your primary physician, get referred to physical therapy. That's definitely going to be the best course of action. If for whatever reason you can't do that, great thing about social media, there's a lot of crap, but there are some good platforms. So one thing my physical therapist actually told me to do is go follow this account. Right now it's Squat University is what I'm following. They have a lot of like foundational things about like, hey, you have pain in your elbow, try this. This could be the issue. It won't hurt you. To just give it a quick try. Don't do something stupid, like put a ton of weight on it and try this like rehab exercise. But like, try like, watch some of their videos and see like, hey, like, are you having this kind of knee pain? It's like, yeah, I am. And give what they're suggesting a try. That's a nice little kind of free option that you can do. But I would definitely say seek expert help and get those foundational problems worked out before you start exercising for sure.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me
Thank you for
today.
being here. I think it was very good.
Appreciated it. I learned some things.
Definitely
I also
and
was
I feel motivated
inspired by remembering who I used to be.
Right.
But yeah, no, it was very great having you.
Really
I
was.
really
I really do appreciate you. Definitely. I think it was very informative, and I definitely think you're going to help some people. So yeah,
for sure. I mean, you already helped some people.
Right, you definitely did.
So,
I'm over here like,
I got back day tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. I
you gotta get it?
I gotta see y'all there.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I'm not kidding though. I really will go. But I can't do what you can do.
Well, I'm not doing. I told you I got my forearms are messed up. I'm not doing crazy weight. In fact, what I'm doing now, in addition to that, my workout program, like I actually did it on Tuesday. I'm doing some. My therapist hasn't gotten to my shoulder yet. She's just kind of doing lower body stuff first, and she'll get to my upper body. But like I'm doing some rotator cuff stuff, which has helped me a lot. For sure with like my presses, because those were really off for a while. I'll do like a couple like forearm things, and then I'll probably get into my like actual back strength stuff, which I still probably won't go too ham on, because the pulls and some like the heavier presses, that's what bothers it the most. So I'm not going to do anything too crazy to answer your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also to say what we were saying earlier, I would love to work out with friends. So please, it will help motivate me and keep me determined and consistent and disciplined. That's what you said.
Yeah, discipline is everything.
Yeah, exactly. So let's put it into practice.
Right.
Lots of gym
y'all
sales.
put it into practice. Help me put
it
into practice.
Take your practice too.
Lots of gym membership sales are going on right now. They know it's New Year's resolution time, so now is a great time to get started.
Yeah, right. That's true. And then I be the one upset that all these people coming in, but it's okay. I love y'all, and I'm glad. And I will say more than anything, despite how I be feeling sometimes, and use all the machines. I just be glad that the people be in there. I really do. No matter size, shape, whatever. I'm always like, silently rooting for certain people, because you can sometimes tell when they really have those goals and they really in there. So get in there. So you can never go wrong with your health, and starting it and getting a jump start on your health, not just your physical health, but those kind of things just help your overall health.
So I want to feel good. I want to be happy, and honestly, you got to be moving and grooving to do that.
You do.
And I know that. So let's just help each other as a community, as friends. Let's be there for each other. Let's have conversations like this. And let's get moving and grooving, y'all.
2024.
Let's do it. Okay, well, thank you again for being here.
Thank you, yes.
And then we end saying, okay, love you, bye. So you ready?
Oh, and we also say that we also got some things in the future, so it's not gonna be the last time you see this man.
It won't.
It won't be. It definitely won't be.
You'll hear a lot more in a few months. So
absolutely.
Be on the lookout.
So be on the lookout for sure. So drop that jewel in. Keep them tuning in. But that's all I got now.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well. All right.
Love you. Bye.